the Irish Trotter podcast with Mark and Sean Kane.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 4 of the podcast here, brought to you by Irish Trotter, with myself, Sean Kane, and the big fella, Mark Kane, there on your screen. Same thing, we're going to go through last week's races, and then we're going to move on to the Red John Festival, which is 21 races or something like that to get through, so we're probably going to be talking all night. Just on that, we got a bit of a jump out of the Spotify viewers, so if you don't want to look at us and you want to listen to us, get onto Spotify or Apple Podcasts and you'll find us there. And another little thing, I suppose you're noticing I'm wearing a hat there. I'm a walking advertisement, and I've got another little sign here, kindly donated by Black Horse. The Black Horse is a new supplement that's after coming on board with us, and I suppose you guys have never heard of it, but me, I've seen it when I was in Sweden working, and it's great stuff. And to be fair, the team at Black Horse, they're coming on board to help the IHRA, and they are getting ready to pick up their first sponsored weekend, and they're looking forward to sponsoring a few more weekends in the future. So we just got the supplements in, we're going to trial them out, and so let's look to Black Horse. And with that being said, I'm going to take the hat off. Because who wears a hat this time of the year? Right, I suppose I'll kick off again anyway. I seem to be doing all the talking here. Mark's getting it easy. We're going to run through Dunmanway. We've got first race of the night went to JB. JB has probably changed more hands than a deck of cards at the moment. Philip Gilligan done the steering. He's in Philip's stable now. Philip, should I say, Buster's stable now at the moment. And I'd Be a Warrior, ran a bit wide, turning for home. Could have been his day, wasn't. Well done, JB. The next one was Valiant Forjon and Jamie Hurley, new addition to his stable. And I think it's been a year or two since this fella made the winners enclosure. Well done, Jamie. Honor code, doubled up for Buster. Awesome dude. Another man to lose his helmet with Seamus Quill. But it definitely didn't make any difference anyway. Well done, Honor code. Myself, I made the trip down just to drive one horse, and we made it a winning drive with Dean and Washington for the Omani stables. So congratulations to the lads there. We broke a few hearts for the lad trying to qualify for the Red John, and I was glad to do it. Benny Camden, Donald Murphy won the next race, and Benny has got a super prep going into this Red John Memorial. Reece Panache was in second, he was prepping super, but Benny Camden, serious class, looks great, grass is perfect. Looking forward to seeing him racing on the weekend. The last race of the night then went to Rider against Pittsburgh O'Reilly. This is one that I tipped earlier. I think I'm probably tipping more winners than Mark at the moment. Hale Caesar was second, and Dark Hill John Jay and Matthew O'Reilly were in third. Merseyside Moira, Sugarcane Howard, Meadowbank Romance, and Full of Grace followed suit. But Rider Redemption, I picked the right one. Mark's wrong again.
I don't know about this talk of you tipping more winners than me. I reckon I'm probably tipping more than you. You just tip one and you really hold on to it. Look, Benny Camden, shocking impressive again. Lads have done a really good job on him, getting him ready for the Red John. I think Murphys are probably one of the best in the business at priming a horse to be ready on the day they need him to be ready for. And look, I think they've done that with this lad. He looked really impressive. Well done to Philip Gilligan on his double, and a first-time winner with JB as well. First-time winner with JB. Yeah, we'll have a run through the Portmarnock results here. The first race, Sean, you had a winner with Homer Oakwood. This lad looked a little bit unlucky. He didn't see himself his first day out. He looked impressive here. He just trotted away out on front on his own. Everything seemed easy for him. First time out, second for Patrick Hill with Holloway Road. This lad he's going to come on with a bit more experience. Hoyanka Ha, John Richland took the reins here for Sheehy's. Again, this lad, he looks like one who's going to be better with a bit more racing under his belt. The disqualifieds were Hail Mary for Anthony Malone with High Voltage for Billy Roach, and Hazardous pulled up for Alan Wallace Senior. Now, the second race on the card, this is a winner of the right tip, Sean, considering you are saying that you're tipping more winners than me. Pancam Mystery for Wayne Swindle. This is a pillar at the post victory. I expected that really. He's been going quite well. Sharp's attack ran well from a poor draw with John Richardson. Castlewood Glensman stayed on for third. A decent run by Mesmerised for the second race with Joseph Caffrey. This is maybe one to look forward to a little bit in the future. Race 3 was another 3-year-old trot. This was won by Hibernia from Sean's Happy 50 in second. And it was High Fidelity in third. High Fidelity led them most of the way here. I thought you looked like you had the race kind of sewn up, Sean, coming around the top corner. You looked like you were just waiting to go past Adam, but the gap opened up with the red Hibernia just at the right time. I think you maybe not caught you off guard, but I think you maybe weren't expecting the gap to open, and you were just kind of nursing to stay where you were. But look, there'll be other days for Happy 50, I'm sure. Another winner for Hibernia. Colford Ollie was one that I said looked quite impressive with Anigmore a couple of weeks ago for Gabriel McDonough. Look, this horse ran really well here. He's a fast horse, led away, and he wasn't going to be caught lane. So Louis stayed on well again for race year to finish second. This lad's the winner's coming for him pretty soon. Disappointing enough run on top with Mahogany Dreamer back in fourth. Probably expecting more from him with the trip that he got this time. The next race was a winner back in the bike for Joseph Caffrey. Took a catch drive and Corley delay on. This looks like a really nice horse, this lad. He's really straightforward. You know, he got a good trip in behind the stablemate Donald with Martin Loughran, and he was just bided his time to pick up the pieces really, and won quite impressively. A nice win for Joseph. Badly needed and welcome to Beach de Belle. Ran well at the finish second. Cyclone de Courrier, a better run than he has had in a long time. Stayed on for third. The sixth race was a really good race to watch. Master Plan having his first win of the year. Patrick Kane done the steering for Lawrence Stewart. This is another horse who has been primed for the Red John, and I think they've got him right just at the right time. He Dragons Den, good run again by him in second. Newtown Rock couldn't really lie up, and then got a bad position. Really, he was struggling to make ground from the outside. But now look, a good run by Master Plan in a good time as well. 59 and 2 off 20-yard trail. This was a good run. The seventh race was your second of the day, Sean. Fueger's Aram on a second run for you. I know you trained this lad for Andy McTaggart. You liked him away. He's had to coming back in. You've maybe made a few adjustments with him since he got him. Looks like a nice little horse. Had to tip 3 deep around the top end, and you were just kind of biding your time. Eva there, Pet was disqualified along with Latour, and I know Eva was changed hands after racing, so best of luck to her new connections. Emmerich de Peru, I think, was maybe surprised, even his own connections a little bit. Like, this lad was a really good horse last year, very good horse, second in the Red Johns, second in the M50 Trot final for John Richardson. He absolutely bolted away from the gate here. Looked really strong and impressive on front. Dollar tracked in second. Good run by Emperor Silver ran in third too. But look, Emmerich was really good at the first run of the year, 2:2.1 at a fast mile. And the ninth race on the day was the Apprentice Trot. Crazy Boy Noche came out here. Bella the Spaniel led them away. Crazy Boy Noche was sat in the 2 hole, I think, most of the way. I actually can't remember this race. I think I might not have seen too much of it, but I caught the end. Crazy Boy Noche was going to wait in the pounce at the finish. Owen Murphy was getting a lovely spin on your tall quick, Sean, and he just kind of popped off his legs on the top corner. I'm sure he'll have learned a lot from that drive. And the last race on the day was won by Newtown Major, who we flagged up with Montreal McAleer on his first run in a very fast 1:59 and 4. Look, it was for Troy McAleer. It was a really good run, and it looked great to win first time out. Beat Coin the Magic. It was a farm horse too, and Foxfield Stadium back in third. So great for Troy to win on his first ever drive.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was good. It was actually a very enjoyable day's racing in Portmarnock. 10 races went to post. To say you're the first winner for Troy there. Congratulations to him. Joe Caffrey was back in the bike. Joe's probably one of the. He's a man that I like to put up on my horses, and I'm delighted that he got a win. Unfortunately, I probably haven't got anything good enough to give him a win just yet. Emmerich Crew was really impressive. Great to see him back. First start of the year, first win. As I say, definitely surprised his connections. But 2, 2 and 1, very, very nice. I suppose the Happy 50 incident, that was looking great, Mark. Looking everything all ticked off, and the gap opened up, and we got goose. But look, that's racing. We'll live again. We'll try again next time. I suppose something that we haven't covered yet, Mark, would be a little bit of racing away across the water. So I suppose you'd have to congratulate Benny and Rainbow Rider on the Group 1 there that they won there. So maybe something that we need to speak a little bit more going forward about the races across the water. But yeah, no, definitely well done to all you with that one, and best of luck for going forward.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that was that was a big result that night. You know, like we definitely haven't seen the best of her over here in her 2 runs. That's not taking on away from the horse that beat her. It's just that she definitely wasn't at her best. Her 2 runs here, one in Palmarnock and one in Aligmore. She was a different filly over there. Patrick said that she was on her toes and work all, and like that's the real filly that she is. And it's great for her owner, Benny Grendon, because like Benny loves his racing, obviously, but he really loves that filly. Like that's his pride and joy. You know, I'd say if Caroline had let me take her into the bed beside him at night, he absolutely loves that filly. So I think yeah, it was a really nice result, and I'm really happy for Benny. Yeah, hopefully going forward we can keep seeing that side of her.
Yeah, no, the clock was amazing. Such a small filly, 1.5 miles. She was very impressive. It was good. Very enjoyed watching it. So we're going to move on to the start of our RJM Memorial, and unfortunately the event is held behind closed doors, restricted to 200 people. But big fair play and well done to the RJM committee for stepping up and allowing the meeting go ahead, because I know in this circumstances a lot of things could happen and they could have cancelled the whole lot. And so for myself and Mark here, thank you very much for holding the meeting, and we really are looking forward to getting down there. So the first race of the whole weekend is a 3-year-old trot, and we've got 6 going to post here. 2 of my own horses, both last time winners, so hopefully they can go do the same again. Dead heat would be ideal, but to me, Humble Beginnings had a tough trip last time. She travelled up north. She's not going to travel too far this time, and it's probably going to be a little bit of a grudge match between Humble Beginnings and Hot to Trot and Mary, and fingers crossed Homer can step up a little bit. Ken Mary shows ability. Hyanka Ha, I've seen this qualifying on the grass there. It's definitely not going to bother her on the grass. I think hopefully they get around. And High Fidelity is probably one of the most improved ones around. She was very impressive there at the last start, and I think if she gets better, she'll be a big contender for this one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, look, I think High Fidelity, like I say, has been improving all along. I think Humble Beginnings, the grass definitely isn't going to bother. It's quite a fast horse. I reckon the trainer Jamie has possibly snuck onto the field for a couple of sneaky workouts in the last couple of weeks, so he probably knows every blade of grass on it now. I can't just say that for certain, but I reckon it's a possibility. Hot to Trot, to be fair, Mary's little trot, looks like a really straightforward little thing, and I think that's one that's going to maybe the one to give it the most to do. I think your one, Sean Homer Upwood, has a bit of ability. Well, he's got plenty of ability, but I think maybe on grass it could be between Humble Beginnings and Hot to Trot for me.
Yeah, definitely. Hot to Trot's
yeah. The second race is a straight up match race and a rematch of the 2-year-old colts in Aligmore last week. Churchill Frankel with Bernard Nicholson and B Quest with Donald Murphy. Got our draws reversed this time. Churchill Frankel draws 1 and B Quest draws 2. It's gonna be a very cat and mousey race, the same as the last one was. I'd imagine both these horses will try to lead the gate hard. Wherever's on front going into the first corner, I'd imagine it's going to drop the handbrake and it's going to turn into a little bit of a crawl and then a sprint, I would think. So far, B Quest's been too good for Churchill Franklin, but there's not been much between them. I think the winner is going to be the horse that's on front and turning into the first corner.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, Marco. The next race then we move on to is a 2-year-old fillies race. This is another 2-horse race between the Gypsy Queen and Ivy Flojo. And Gypsy Queen is probably looking to go 3 in a row here, and rightly so, is probably the one that I fancy here myself. Gypsy Queen is bred by Neville, and he's got a lovely little breed there. That's a relation to Panadime, Marco, horse that was close to your heart for a while, and to be honest, I reckon that's the one.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think Gypsy Queen's going to be very hard to beat here. I think, but bar a mistake, I think Gypsy Queen's going to be our winner. The next race, horse race, the 3-year-old fillies this time is Churchill Niche, and all bets are off. All bets off has beaten Churchill Niche once, and Churchill Niche beaten all bets off once, or right in the middle both times. Rainbow's obviously franked that form in Tear Prince. But yeah, look, I don't think we've seen the best of Church Niche on our last run. We definitely didn't see the best of her on our last run in Anigmore. She got it away. She wasn't a fan of the mud whatsoever. Again, this will be another where they're going to step hard into the first corner. For me, on grass, I've never seen all bets off race on grass to say it's not going to handle it, but I think Church Niche definitely will handle it. And look, I really like this filly, and Bear does a really good job of her, and I think, she'd be the one that'd be carrying my money in this, I think.
Race 5, we move on to 3-year-old Colts and Geldings, and 7 go to post here with IB Paddington drawn 1, which is probably, I've seen IB Paddington on the grass and Dunmanway and definitely can handle it, and it's going to be, probably has a little bit more in its own advantage this time around, I would say. Castlewood Glensman, I'm on myself in 2. Meadowbrand Trio, Resolute Diamond, which is another relation to Gypsy Queen and the Panner Diamond connection. Lord Sugar yourselves, Art Explosion from the Corey Stables, and Oakwood Cowboy, who was extremely impressive on his debut performance for the Gavin Murdoch Stables and Royal McNulty. And I think this is going to go down to Ivy Paddington and Oakwood Cowboy myself. Meadowbrand Trio is going to definitely put it up to them, and Resolute Diamond will be thereabouts. But I think Ivy Paddington is going to get away with a nice lead and a nice start. And Oakwood Cowboy is probably going to have a bit of traffic problems for me, but I think it's fast enough to get around them. It's going to be a good race.
Yeah, definitely. This is an interesting race. I'd imagine, look, IB Paddington's going to want to lead. Meadowbrand Trio is going to go forward. Resolute Diamond's going to go forward. I can see Oakwood Cowboy being on the move relatively early. This is going to be a good race to watch this. I agree with you. It's between IB Paddington and Oakwood Cowboy to me on unknown form. Look, Cowboy looked really impressive with Anigmore, but I'm not just sure how much his form's going to translate to the grass than IB Paddington's will. I think Oakwood Cowboy on raw ability is the best horse in the race. There's no doubt about it. But I think it's going to be between these two. And it's going to be a good race, and maybe the first corner could say a lot in it too.
Yeah, no, definitely. Rory seemed to have his hands full a little bit. He seems quite erratic and aggressive, but hopefully he calms down a little bit for the grass, because that could probably go against him. That's my only concern. But I'm sure them boys will have him ready, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race to watch. You'll be looking forward to driving in that one. I'll be watching this one. If you're watching this one, the race isn't going to plan for you at all. Yeah, so the next race on the card is the first heat of the Red John Pace. Ridge Panache 1, Fairdays Westland 2, Newtown Rock 3, Ridge Rival 4, Benny Camden 5, Portstown Courage 6, Pancam Drift 7, and Pan Am Colt 8. Look, this has to look for a really, really good race. In Benny Camden and Ridge Rival, you've got 2 horses going into this race in cracking form who have been primed for this meeting, so I can see this being a really good race. Newtown Rock's going to have to run better than he did on Pomarnock last week. Fairdays Westland holds its form really good in the last couple of years in Loire, so he could run a decent race, and he's probably going to lead away here. Rival's also going to be going forward. I heard today that John Richardson is meant to be down to drive Ridge Rival with Billy Roach, retained to Nicola Tully Stable, and Nicola Tully Stable and drive Pan Am Colt. So yeah, that's an interesting one as well. It's for this, but it's going to be between Rival and Benny Camden for me. I do fancy Benny Camden to come out on top. Like you've got the low grade Red John winner from last year here with Benny Camden. You've got the high grade Red John winner with Ridge Panache, and you've got an unlucky loser in the Red John final twice with Ridge Rival. So this is a smashing race. So the next race on the card is the 6th race. Is the first elimination of the Red John Pace. So this is a cracking race. You got Ridge Panache. Ridge Panache was the winner of the high grade Red John last year. Fairdays Westland, who always holds his form really well around Loire. Newtown Rock, who will have to improve a little bit on where he was last week, but you wouldn't be ruling that out. Ridge Rival, who always runs really good in there for Billy Roach. I think John Richard could be in the bite this year, I heard today. Benny Camden, last year's low grade winner for Toig Murphy. He's been primed for the day. Portstown Courage ran very well there last year, but it's going to have to recapture a bit of old form, as will Pancam Drift. And Pan Am Colt was a good win on Anigmore. Look, this is a smashing race. I really fancy Benny Camden. I fancy Benny Camden as one of the really more likely ones for heat and final here. I think the lads have done a great job of priming up for this, and he's my idea of the winner of this race. But look, it's going to be a really good race to watch.
Yeah, no, definitely no, Mark. It's a good It's a good, you get that race a good talk up. I don't think I can really add a whole pile to it. Only, yeah, no, it's going to be a good match for Israel. Benny Cannon, a lot of good horse there. It's going to be a good race.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to race 7 as another first. It's the first of the Maven eliminations. 8 go to post here with Ban Louis Parjan, Valenza in 2, Crazy Boy Notch, Charlie Flanagan 3, Billiano, Billy Roach, Emperor Servan, Patrick, Besame Mucho, John Richardson, Corio Flingy, Freddie Kavanagh, and Solando de Camp. One thing about this race here, there's an awful lot of horses who are in form. John Louis just is a winner recently, Valenza is a winner recently, Crazy Boy Notch won on the weekend, Billiano won his last start, Emperor Servan probably hasn't won a race this year, but he's racing serious good races. He's stepped up to the plate. Besame Mucho is on his comeback. He's going to be primed and ready for this race. Corio Flingy is probably your only out of form horse, you could say. Solando de Camp, another last start winner, qualified well on the weekend. It's going to be a hard one to pick a winner in this one. For me, I would probably be side with Besame and Solando de Camp.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race. I like Dennis Riley's horse here at Emperor Silver, and I think racing the grass, I think it's going to slow them down a little shade, which is kind of what he lacks sometimes. At Mark is a really quick turn of foot. Buster has his horses flying this year. He's in there drawing 1. He's going to be hard to beat with Ban Louis Parjan. Valentine as a grass specialist. It's going to be a good race to watch. Look, it's not. I wouldn't like to be over invested in the bookies or anything, but it's going to be it's going to be a good race to watch. Definitely. The next race on the card is the second elimination of the Red John Pace. We have got Newtown Major 1, Supreme Sunshine 2, Tarwood CJ 3, Clewins the Light 4, On Top Big C 5, Air Maxi 6, Let's Party 7, Master Plan 8. They're going to leave hard in this one. I can see them leaving really hard. Newtown Major is going to try and take advantage of that one hole. Supreme Sunshine will be trying to step out. Buster's going to try and leave hard with CJ too. He's been hard to beat from the front end this year. Clewins the Light has gone forward in most runs too. On Top Big C is going to get a really good trip. On Top Big C, a winner of the low grade Red John 2 years ago, second to Gentleman Jim in the heat last year. Look, he's going to love course and distance. Majesty as well. You know, it's good first time out run. Master Plan's really interesting in this for Patrick, driving for Lawrence Stewart. He was a good winner there last Sunday in Potmarnock, and yeah, look, he's another one he's won 2 heats down here and been unlucky in finals. So look, this is a really good race. I think if Master Plan can get the right truck into the race, he could be our winner.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree with you there. Master Plan, if he gets a nice trip in, he's got a good prep. He's been around. He's been around here before, and he's raced good. And if he can get a good trip into it, he could be your winner. We'll move on to race 9, which is the second elimination of the Maven Trot. Another 8 go to post here. Kuma Wing, Cottle Kerrigan, Ada Halan, Patrick Hill, Beat the Bellaway for Billy Roach, The Helen, Masera, John Richardson, Bingo the Con for myself and Calvin Brocken, Binu de Vavon, John Richardson, Abraham, Simon Duggan, and Dollar for Wayne Simon. It's another good race here. There's a lot of higher class horses in this one. That will be the division that I get thrown into. Kuma Wing, this probably raced twice now. There's a lot to be said about him. We'll just have to wait and see how he performs. Of the Helen is a grass track specialist and a previous winner of this race. Beach the Bellaway, drawn on the gate. Probably hasn't seen the gate in a while. The Helen Masser will have to improve. Bingo the Con could be anything. I reckon the grass is going to suit him. Hopefully we're in the shake-up to get into the top 4. Binavu de Vavon seems a nice horse, fast, dead level. Could really be a good grasser here. Abraham had a good race. He got a bit of whiplash, you could say, last year. He's going to be there or thereabouts. Dollar has been in absolute smashing form. And it's going to be another race that I'm looking forward to watching. Do you like that one, Mark?
Abraham got a bit of whiplash. How long have you been thinking of that one? You've had that planned all week.
Just came, honestly.
I'd say that, yeah. Yeah, look, this is a good race. If Abada Helen gets a good trip here, I know I tipped it up. I've already tipped it up there last 2 weeks ago, and it kind of let me down. But I think if Abada Helen gets a good trip, it could be a little bit hard to be here. Abraham's got a bad draw to come from, but is a class horse, you know. Dollar Brett's been running brilliant too, but's been really unlucky with the draw. I think Joe Cafferty takes the drive on Daly to Massara for John Richardson and Willie Flanagan. Yeah, look, it's a good race, and I think it's hard to know. There's some of these new horses, you don't know how they're going to take the grass and stuff like that. But yeah, the high class horses. Best of luck to you, Sean, as well with Bingo the Con. It's going to be an interesting race to watch. I fancy a bad ahead and drawn too if it gets a good trip.
We better just get Patrick Hill, make sure he's watching. We'll give him a text and let him know, will we?
Yeah, let him know. Don't let him go too slow. The next race on the card is the second last race on Saturday. This is a G1 pace. We have Stateside Vogue, Western Ocean, Double Juice, Right Redemption, Elsky, Pancan Income, Moorside Moira, and Hail Caesar. Stateside Vogue, if it brought last year's form into the race, last year's trio form, I think would be really hard to beat. We've only seen it once this year, so it's hard to know for sure where it's at. I don't think the grass would prove to be a problem. Western Ocean proven grass performer. Double Juice didn't do too badly there last year. Right Redemption, last time out winner, as was Elsky. Elsky has track experience from the trio there last year. Yeah, this is an interesting race as well. Another couple of proven car courses there at the back. This race. Look, this race could go anyway. I'd put it down between Stateside Vogue and Elsky, just from the form that I know from last year.
Yeah, I'd probably have to match. I have to agree with you, Mark. It's a bit of a grudge match, this one. Stateside Vogue, drawn 1, shows a bit of speed. Yeah, I would be siding Stateside Vogue for this one. So I'm hoping I'm congratulating you and Benny again next week.
Marcel Benny Grandin trying this one himself. Patrick just does the steer. Race 11 on is a great facing Saturday card. We have Foxtail Magician, Lady for $1, Crack a Smile, Honor Code, 2 Left Feet, Hail Spark, Smeller Branch Roman, A Coin of Magic, and Awesome Dude. I cannot see past Lady for $1 here. I think no matter where this race was ran, I think if you ran up the side of the mountain, Lady for $1 just has too much class for these. It was a really big run by for Walter Stewart last week. I can see it being 2-3 lengths clear on the first corner. It's gonna be a decent race, but I can't. But the two that could maybe give him a race, A Coin of Magic, Awesome Dude, have both got bad draws. I can't see them getting the Lady for $1 here.
Yeah, no, Mark. That's why I left this race up to you. You gave it a great jig up there, and you've done it justice. Yeah, no, Lady for $1 has been
Thanks,
Lady for $1 has been an amazing prep, and yeah, definitely. I have to agree with you. I'm not gonna add anything. I don't want to destroy your comments. So yeah, we'll leave it there. So we'll move on to our second day of races here. We've got the Sunday, and we're gonna come to you live Saturday straight after racing for another quick review. So we won't really go into this in crazy detail because we're gonna be talking about it again. We've got the addition of the finals and the driver change and everything. So it's an exciting time. But the first race here goes 2 o'clock, Mahogany Abbey, John Manning, Lord Sugar, Meadowbranch Romance, Kingwood Tribute, Big Mac Delight, Full of Grace, Dark Hill John Jay, and Sugar Cane Howard, Philip Gilligan. Lord Sugar, this seems to be a bit of a drop in class for him, for me. He's been good on the grass before, and I suppose we get to see him yesterday, whatever we get to see him on Saturday. So for me, I'd be going with Lord Sugar in this one. That's a map.
Yeah, I wouldn't just look. He has to get through Saturday first before we fully decide on a plan of attack for Sunday. But yeah, look, it is a drop in class for him. But he's been a funny horse. He ran a really good race in Port Marnock, then ran a really bad race in Anymore. Look, it is a drop in class for Sugar, but he's got I suppose best foot forward too. But look, we get Saturday out of the way first, and then make a plan for Sunday. Yeah. The second race is a graded trot. 10 go to post here, and we have Flatour, Diamond Dash, Fortune Janoi, Urbana the Cells, Epsom the Corvays, Claire de Rocha, Banderillo Poya, Dinah Washington, Brutner, and BB Dart Pet. I think the winner of this race is most likely going to come from the second line. Flatour, he's got a lot of ability, but I'm not sure the track's is going to suit. He is not the most level horse. Diamond Dash does look level. He could get away trotting to the front to be hard to beat. But I think in Banderillo Poya, Dina Washington, Brutner, and BB Darpet, you've got grass specialists here. And I think these are going to be coming gunning for the front runners, I think, in the last lap.
Yeah, no, you have a bit of grass class there in the second row. Amarillo, Poya, Dina, Washington, Bruton. Bippy Dark Pep probably has been hit the crossbar a little bit this year, but he has shown some good performances on the grass. Fortune Did You Know is one I like here as well. Simon Duggan seems to be improved. She won her debut. She went a little bit wayward, but she performed good last week in Portmarnock, and she's well used to racing grass in her French careers. And that's one from the front line that could probably throw in a bit of danger. Race 3 we move on to as a pace, which 8 go to post here. IB Warrior, Richard Kingston, Meadowbranch Duke, John Richard, JB looking to double up. Spring Hill Miss Kate, Spring Hill Biscuit, IB Notorious, IB Felicity, and Indy Hanover. IB Warrior is one that I like here. He's been racing good all year. Richard's had a little bit of trouble managing. He seems to be quite a hot horse. And drawn one, I reckon he should lead, hold on to his advantage, and I reckon that's one for me.
Yeah, for me, either I'd be leaning towards either Meadowbranch Duke or Spring Hill Miss Kate. Spring Hill Miss Kate led away, travelled really well in Portmarnock on his last run. It maybe didn't find as much as what you would like in the straight, but Meadowbranch Duke, on the other hand, did run really well in Portmarnock on his last run and battled well. IB Warrior did run wide off the last bend in Manuel last week, but I think the race was still there to be won if he was good enough to get up and win it. So yeah, look, I'd be leaning towards Meadowbranch Duke here for John Richardson. Race 4, we have 8 going to post here. Arona, Spaddy and Dole, Belka Ninja, Fuiger's Arm for yourself, Sean, Elta Jar, Alan Wallace Senior, Devomad Absolute for Dan O'Mahony, Brother Spaniel, Luke Keller, Eva Darpet has his first run for Alan Wallace Jr., and Elliot Thorpe for Gavin Murdoch. This is another interesting race. I'd imagine that we'll be trying to make the pace from the one hole if possible with Spaddy and Dolly. He's a lovely big trotter. I don't think the grass is going to prove any problem to him. He's in good form. He goes into the race in good form. Belka Ninja was really good here 2 years ago on the grass, but just maybe hasn't hit the form since. I do like look at your one here, Sean. Feg was there and ran really well on Portmarnock last week.
It's going to be another nice race. Devonman Absolute is a big improver, and I won a race on there a couple of weeks ago. Dan O'Mahony's hit the crossbar with him 2 or 3 times. He's probably going to be out and on the move and attacking early. We're definitely not going to be slow with Dan lurking around. Beggar's Arm is a really nice horse. She seems to stay. She's only a slip of a pony, and I hope we got him in this one. I suppose then we'll move on to race 5, which is going to be our maiden final. So hopefully I'm going to be in there. Hopefully, Mark, you have a connection in there. That's going to be a good race. Then we've got our race 6, which is the Red John Memorial Final. And then we've got the pace. Mark, take her away.
So race 7 is a great F pace. Sean does not like pacers. Yeah, Justin Promise, Spring Hill Doyle, Mahogany Dreamer, Pangelica, Art the Beach, Ernie's Umpire, American Rebel, and Lady for Buck. To this, I think Lady for Buck on his Portmarnock run is. I think he's kind of thrown in here on form, but the draw is not fantastic. He's going to have a bit of traffic to overcome, but I think he's going to have too much class for him. I think Barron getting a really, really rough trip. I think Lady for Buck. I think Lady for Buck is going to be really hard to beat here.
Yeah, no. Yeah, head right, Marco. So then we got race 8 and race 9, which are our consolation finals. So look, it's great to have a consolation, and there's no shame in winning. There's no shame in winning the consolation. You're still a great horse, and yeah, well done. The last race 10 of the whole weekend, and I would have one in there. There'll be no early trip home for me. We've got 8 going to post here: Freedom Well, Avenue de Vervaux, Valiant Forgeon, Silvano Bello, Valiant de Guiham, Ella de Foss, Draghi de Loy, and Destin Lar. I suppose my own one there, Draghi de Loy, was very impressive last year. She hasn't been exactly healthy this year. We hope we have her right. She would be one on full health. I would be saying yes, I fancy her. But for me, Valiant de Guiham is in good form, good horse, good grasser, and I reckon it's going to be hard to beat him. Your own Ella de Foss I do think will improve in the grass. I don't think she'll disimprove. She seems really level. I don't think she's going to lose any speed or anything. But I think Valiant the Geehem is going to be the hardest one there to beat.
Ella the Foss has galloped 4 times this year.
Yeah, how many ones? 4?
I'm not sure about really level. We're hoping that maybe if the race with the race kind of slowing down a little bit on the grass, it might suit her. Look, she ran good in Palmarnick when she was just chinned and I thought we'll finish. That was probably an unlucky loss. I think Savannah Bello and Valiant the Gam, you've got again 2 previous course winners. Both of these were winners off the Maven the last 2 years. So look, they bring a lot of good form to the table. I'd probably like to look at Valiant the Gam here myself for Billy Roach. She's gonna probably get a decent trip, and yeah, I think it could be hard to beat.
Yeah, no, look, he's got all that class. An 8-horse race, he can probably be wherever he wants to be. Yeah, I reckon he's gonna be winner. He's gonna be the hardest one to beat, that's for sure.
Right, Sean, you're the trotting man. You've been giving us all the trotting races here. Give us your opinion. Who's your idea of the outright winner of the Maven Trot Finals?
Well, Mark, it's a hard one to pick, and I hate the way you put me on the spot there. I'm not allowed to pick Bingo the Con. I'm going to just go out there and say Abraham.
You like Abraham? Yeah, look, class horse of the race. Yeah, definitely. My idea of the winner of the Red John Pace, I really like Benny Camden. Obviously, Draw's going to come into it. If Master Plan or his rival, let's say, got into the final and drew 1 or 2, and Benny drew 8, going to be really hard to beat. But if I was asked to have one horse on my side for this weekend, I think it'd be Benny Camden. The lad's done a great job on him. He's flying just at the right time. So Benny Camden be my idea of an outright winner this weekend. Yeah,
so you asked me about the trot. There could be there's loads of good horses in there, all equally matched, and you just pick one there that bang, had it prepared. Very unfair.
Yeah, but what about Master Plan? Like, our Rid's Rival, our On Top Big C, our Rid's Panache, all final winners. So not just down to me. Yeah, well, I was expecting you to say fucking Bingo the Con, but yeah, I think Bingo the Con maybe has a good chance of winning this.
Couldn't do that because if I lose, I'd be slagged to death. Right.
Easy now.
We'll wrap it up there, Marco. So everybody, hope you enjoyed that. Me and Mark went through the card there. We probably made a few little blunders as we went. And yeah, you'll probably be on the way to Cork listening to this or watching this. And as I said earlier there, we're going to have a live review on Saturday after racing. And we have a special guest, West Cork star, you could say. And yeah, so best of luck to everybody racing over the weekend.
Yep, best of luck, lads. Safe travel.